Hey guys, how's it going? So today we're just having kind of a relaxing day around the garden. The kids and I and Aaron are getting ready to run out to the orchard to pick some nectarines to take out to my parents. They are at peak. They are amazing. Yeah, Aaron's in a sweatshirt.
It's so comfortable right now.
It is. It's so nice. We're kind of in that territory where you want to have a sweater on in the morning and then you need to take it off about midday or so, which is perfect. I'm actually going to head to the barn really quick. I'm going to grab some kind of a harvest basket so that we have something to put those nectarines in. So the Flavor Top nectarine, you guys, we planted it last spring. You might remember it was dormant when we planted it. It was just, you know, no leaves, just branches. And it produced 3 nectarines last year. They were the most delicious fruit that I had out of that orchard. So I kind of considering putting in a second one. They're self-pollinating. You don't need to have 2 varieties of nectarine in order to get fruit. And this year we're just loaded with produce. And the Flavor Top is a zone 5 through 8. We did spray it one time with dormant oil and liquid copper. I think I did a mix in the same pump sprayer. And I can't remember when we did that. It was dormant. It was like, maybe it was in January, February-ish. That's the only spray this tree has gotten. The fruit is clean and beautiful, and I haven't had to do any insecticide sprays or fungal type sprays on it at all, which is great, other than that one application. So anyway, the goal for the day is just to harvest some of this produce, take it out to my parents, and then when we get back, I may do some boxwood trimming. What are you guys doing? Are we taking the truck out there, not the golf cart? I can just load the harvest basket in here. That's okay. Probably better.
Hey, Mama.
Oh, you need to be buckled, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told you I was just waiting here, not buckled.
Oh, say hi, Samantha. She's like, no, I will not. I will not say hi. Let me park the golf cart.
Goodbye.
Okay, we're out here by the orchard. I do want to show you the grass in the center. It's coming up beautifully. You see that? See that little green haze? Oh, it's gonna be so good, you guys.
Here, let me help you.
Oh, thank you, buddy. Can you get that? I can lift you up so you can pick some of the fruit too, if you'd like. Samantha Grace, are you gonna come pick some fruit? Okay, so here's the orchard. So we seeded the RTF fescue in here a couple of weeks ago. You can see it's kind of patchy. It does spread by rhizomes, so it will eventually fill in, but we will do a little bit of reseeding in here. But it looks especially thick toward the back side of the orchard, which is crazy. I don't know why. But things are doing really well. This is the nectarine tree right here. Isn't that an awesome tree, dude?
Yeah.
Look at this. Yeah. Can you see this one right here?
Can I take that one?
You sure can. Kind of have to, oh, just like that. You can set the basket on the ground if you'd like while we pick the rest of the fruit. Yeah? Yeah.
I see a really good one right here.
Oh, yep. Samantha, do you want to come pick one over here? Did you find one?
Mama.
Yeah. Do you want to put it in the basket? Oh. Good job.
Hey, Mama, I found the goodie one.
Good. Yeah, look at this, you guys. I mean, for a second-year tree, it's just incredible. The foliage looks beautiful. There's no damage anywhere, no chlorosis, which is something that we normally deal with. So I'm just so thrilled. Oh, geez, they feel so good. Look at how beautiful that is, bud. Yeah. Ooh, that one feels good.
Put it down. Put it down.
Oh, you don't want to eat it? Okay. Can you put that in the basket, please?
No.
All right, guys, I think that's great. Should we do one more in there?
Oh, let's think.
I can carry it, Bubby. Oh my, look at you in muscles. Careful though, I don't want you dropping that on your foot. That would hurt. So the other trees we have in here, we have 2 apple trees. There's one on this side and one on the far side. There's 2 apricots, one here and one on the other side. There's a plum tree, a pear tree, and then 2 peach trees right over there, which all the blossoms got frozen off those trees. Almost all of them anyway. And we are going to be replacing this pear, I think, because of fire blight. I feel bad because it's trying its hardest to come up and live. I don't know. So this is an Alberta peach right here. I think I've got 5 peaches on it this year. There's 4, 5, 6. Ooh, big year. Again, though, the tree looks very healthy. There's no leaf curl, which is something that we typically deal with on trees like this. And then we have the Snow Beauty White Peach right here, which all the blossoms got frozen off this one. I think the same thing happened to my parents' peach trees and probably a lot of other peach trees in the area. And then, you know, because I didn't spray anything in this orchard other than the dormant spray, the apples that did set did have wormholes in them. So we went ahead and just pulled all the apples off and let the trees just kind of sit and produce roots this year, which is totally fine. Next year we'll try to be a little bit more on the scheduled fruit spray regimen so we can keep the fruit a little bit cleaner. But the nectarines just flew through just clean and beautiful. Are you enjoying those, baby? Yeah, white was probably not a good choice, but it looks cute. Okay, you guys want to go get some breakfast?
Yeah.
Okay, just looking this way, you can see the grass coming up over there. Boy, it just visibly cools everything down in this space. My goodness. So many butternut squash. So many. I probably shouldn't have put it right here, huh? It just totally took over all the rows. We've got 2 butternut squash plants right here, and they go all the way out into the pathway, and they just make this area so hard to walk in. But we have so many, like, enormous butternut squash. My goodness, look at these. Like, these are crazy. And I don't fertilize anything out here after the initial application. Things are doing well. Okay, we made it out to my parents. Check it.
Oh my goodness, look at that.
Nectarines.
Oh dear.
Word.
There we go.
Oh, I love those.
We're back home. We ended up staying out there for a couple of hours. We had coffee and just visited. It was really nice. My parents had just gone to pick up my niece and nephew to come over and play for the day, so the kids just had a ball. We'll be delivering the next batch of nectarines over to Aaron's parents' house. His mom is out of town today, but she gets home tomorrow, so we'll deliver the next really nice ripe ones over there. But we're going to work on boxwoods this afternoon on this side of the house, the west side. I did tackle one little section yesterday, and I'm just intending on doing this not all in really one fell swoop. I'm just going to kind of work on it as, you know, I have time and the weather allows. So I typically wait in the late summer, early fall. We're not technically fall yet, are we? Late summer, when the temperatures cool off a little bit, like to the low 90s, high 80s. That way it's not so hot that it's going to scorch the top, because you know, when you hedge, when you take the top layer of your hedging off, it exposes that tender undergrowth. If it's too extreme, either too hot or too cold, it can really cause a lot of damage, a lot of burn, and it takes them a long time to come out of that. So you really do want to make sure it's mild enough, but not too mild. You can't wait too long, which I've done before, because if you do that too late and then all of a sudden the temperature drops unexpectedly or too quickly and the plants haven't had a chance to harden, then you'll have a lot of tip damage in that case as well. So we're kind of in that sweet spot right now. It's supposed to be 90 today. I don't think it's going to reach that. We've kind of got a lot of haze. There's some fires, not like really super duper close, but in the general area, and that's providing almost like almost a cloud cover for the sun, which kind of takes the edge off a little bit. But the rest of our 10-day, it looks like we're in the mid 80s to high 70s. Perfect. But this is the little section I did last night, looking really nice and tidy. Oh my goodness, it was so woolly. You know, I did not trim a lot of the boxwoods this spring, so they needed it horribly bad. There was actually a little bit of broken right here. Aaron came out and he's like, he kind of dipped in there, and I had to. And that's the thing with hedging, you know, it's never perfect, or rarely perfect, because there's always something going on. And so the broken branch, you can kind of see it was right in here in this section, so I had to kind of take it out and compensate, but everything usually fills back in eventually. What I'd like to do this afternoon while Samantha's napping, that's the thing. I just went and got all the watering done, and she is sleeping upstairs, so I'm just going to work until she wakes up. But I want to tackle the sphere boxwoods here on the west side, and then hopefully this right here. Look at these. Oh, they are so woolly. They've got such long growth. Look at that. My goodness. These are still in the training phase because I just, what was it, last year before last, I planted them. They're fairly small. It takes a few years for them to get into the nice tight spheres. So we'll do the best we can with these today. And then we need to do these right here. So these are winter gems, as is the first hedge I just showed you. And then these are sprinters right here, which you can see they're still in kind of their baby stage. They're not a full hedge yet. They sustained a tremendous amount of winter damage and spider mite damage. Look at this. See that white? That right there is spider mite damage. I don't see any active on them right now. Thankfully, a lot of this was from last year, so I actually cannot take this hedge very deep, because if I was to take off like this outer kind of nicer looking layer, it would expose all of that yuck stuff inside. And I don't know if this variety is more prone to spider mites, but I have winter gems just, right across the sidewalk that have not near the damage that these do. It could be different in different areas, or like a more mature boxwood maybe doesn't sustain the damage as much as a newer, fresher one. I don't know. So these are winter gems as well that I need to trim, and they look pretty good. Not quite as much damage and a lot more fresh growth. And these are my tools. I've got my hedge trimmers. There's a 22-inch blade there, which I really need to clean and sharpen actually. And then I'm going to use a drop cloth, which sometimes I do and sometimes I don't, but I'm going to try to contain my mess. And I just eyeball stuff, you guys. That's the other thing. My hedges are never perfect because I never do, I've tried doing like the strings and stuff. I just don't have the patience to get everything like precision perfect. Maybe I shouldn't have as many hedges as I do, but I just kind of wail into it, and sometimes it turns out really good, and sometimes I'm like, oh boy, I kind of got off there, but thankfully plants grow. So let's get after it. What are you doing, baby? Are you planting pea seeds? You gonna show me where? I gave her some pea seeds to plant. You wanna show them to me in your hand? Can you show them to me? What do you have in your hand? Pea seeds, nice. All right guys, so it's evening now. It's like dusk. It's really beautiful out here right now. I was able to get this hedge done right here, a small hedge to my left, the sphere-shaped boxwoods, there's Samantha Grace, and one cone done. I did this little section right here, which this section is more mature than that section over there, but it's still, like you can see where we had a little branch die out, and they're not quite 100% thick. Like you can see right in between where two of the boxwoods are. Same goes for right here. It just takes a few years for them to fill in and be really nice and thick, but it's looking a lot better being shorn up just a bit. I did move these two little urns out here that were on the back shade porch stairs there for a while. I've got different urns I'm gonna put in this spot, but it seemed like a good spot just to have them out of the way. Now this hedge here is looking a lot better than it was. It's definitely, like, this one's not as old, you know, like you can see right here, and it's weird, but right where the juniper is, it goes in. See that right there? Drives me crazy. So I'm trying to get it straight, and if I was gonna go by, you know, the skinniest spot, that would be a super skinny hedge. So I'm just gonna let that spot fill in while the rest of it is a little bit wider, and that's just the way it goes, you know, for the first few years. And then of course, you know, you can see where the individual boxwoods are and see how much lighter. I tried not to get into that old growth, like that old mite-ridden growth. But you know, sometimes you just have to make it match the rest of the boxwood. So when it flushes out again, it will cover that. And then maybe next time we'll just top them and not do the sides, let the sides fill in a little bit more before we do it again. Okay, then coming in this direction, you can see this nice hedge here. I did the 4 circles over here. They look a lot better. And honestly, I could spend all day fussing with them trying to make them perfect, but pretty good for, you know, not being here for very long. They're really a great weight for the corners here, or the, I don't know, the openings. Flanking the openings, they provide structure, while everything else, you know, we've got the really more wild looking lavender and the hydrangeas back behind, and really I just feel like every space needs that evergreen or that really thick weight just to add peace for your eye, like a rest for your eye. So I'm happy with those. And then the cone's right over here. There's the cone looking pretty good. Now see, this one had a little bit of mite damage, maybe from last year, but not nearly as bad. It is separated. So we do plan on finishing this hedge, maybe even this fall. But yeah, it's looking pretty good. Last year, it had a huge dead section in here. So I was really careful not to clear out too much of that, because look, if I accidentally cut this one branch, there would be a hole. I'm happy with that though, and happy that this whole side of the house is done. Check. And that's gonna be it, you guys. It was just such a wonderful, relaxed day. As soon as Samantha woke up, I actually took a several hour break. We ordered in pizza. My father-in-law was here watching the football game with Aaron, and it was just nice just to sit and visit and hang out, and then came out to just kind of button up my project this evening. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and we will see you in the next one. Bye.